Good morning. Welcome all of you on Friday in fourth week in ordinary time. The 5th of February, we have also memorial of a saint, a martyr, virgin, Saint Agatha, a beautiful witness of her love and devotion to Jesus Christ, but also this defending of her chastity. A beautiful story, hopefully. If we can have time, if we could maybe read about her or listen about her inspiring story. Looking at the gospel, we'll have a longer passage, and in the center will be John the Baptist. Let us listen. From the Holy Gospel according to Mark. King Herod had heard about Jesus, since by now his name was well known. Some were saying John the Baptist has risen from the dead, and that is why miraculous powers are at work in him. Others said he is Elijah. Others again, he is a prophet like the prophets we used to have. But when Herod heard this, he said, "It is John whose head I cut off. He has risen from the dead." Now it was the same Herod who had sent to have John arrested, and had him chained up in prison because of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife, whom he had married. For John had told Herod, "It is against the law for you to have your brother's wife." As for Herodias, he was furious with him and wanted to kill him. But she was not able to, because Herod was afraid of John, knowing him to be a good and holy man, and gave him his protection. When he had heard him speak, he was greatly perplexed, and yet he liked to listen to him. An opportunity came on Herod's birthday, when he gave a banquet for the nobles of his court, for his army officers, and for the leading figures in Galilee. When the daughter of the same Herodias came in and danced, she delighted Herod and his guests, so the king said to the girl, "Ask me anything you like, and I will give it you." And he swore her an oath, "I will give you anything you ask, even half my kingdom." She went out and said to her mother, "What shall I ask for?" She replied, "The head of John the Baptist." The girl hurried straight back to the king and made her request, "I want you to give me John the Baptist's head, here and now, on a dish." The king was deeply distressed, but thinking of the oath he had sworn and of his guests, he was reluctant to break his word to her. So the king at once sent one of the bodyguard with orders to bring John's head. The man went off and beheaded him in prison. Then he brought the head on a dish and gave it to the girl, and the girl gave it to her mother. When John's disciples heard about this, they came and took his body and laid it in a tomb. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. So we see that Jesus Christ is well known. Different miracles, but preaching with power, making a deep impression on people. I mean, the news spread very quickly, even though Jesus Christ on some occasions saying, "Don't say anything," but the news spread. People were coming. I mean, there were crowds. So people start questioning who this man is. So they were saying that some were saying that it's John the Baptist, or that he's Elijah or one of the prophets. And here he said that Herod, the one who imprisoned John, was convinced that it is John the Baptist who came back from the dead. So Mark, speaking about these rumors, these different opinions, is taking opportunity to present us the story of John the Baptist. This moment when John the Baptist was arrested, and why he was arrested, and all this misfortune of his life, that there was because he was announcing the truth. He was announcing the truth, but he was a holy man, a good man. So Herod liked to listen to him, even though that's bothered him. But here the Herodias, this woman, which is now Herod's wife, but was the wife of his brother, she is furious. So she was looking for the possibility how to destroy John, how to kill him. And because of her, Herod put John into prison, but still giving him some protection. But then came this birthday party. Danger of the birthday parties. But to see that John, imagine he is in a prison, and then come the guard with other men and they behead him. It's very interesting, to see first of all, that the truth, the announcement, following the Lord many times will involve some suffering. The martyrs, as today, for example, in Agatha, because of being faithful, because defending the chastity, defending this love for Jesus Christ, the society was against her. They have their own project on her life. The same here. John was a witness that something was not right to do, was not lawful, was against the will of the Lord. And the society, the nobles, those at power, they were against that witness. So they killed him and they put his head on a dish. It's very kind of particular thing, because everybody in our life we have certain amount of suffering. There's a cross in everyone's life. The cross which brings us to salvation. The cross which will make us a little humble. A little humbler, I don't know if you say, but to have a little of humility in us, a little. If you remember how was the story with John the Baptist's birth, then Zechariah, his father, he lost his ability to speak. He became mute because he didn't believe. This lack of faith in a person who was a high priest or priest, in the duty, entering the temple, priestly family, and he doubted. Then John will be shown as the one who have faith, who have this grace to be a witness. But here we see also that in the story of when John was born, they were asking what name he should have. There was kind of controversial situation, but Elizabeth was saying John is his name. They didn't believe because there's no one in the family with that name, so they asked Zechariah, and he wrote the name John on, it is said, on the tablets for writings. this word tablets. I mean, I don't know, we all have different, maybe tablets, electronic things, or we maybe have this image of the tablets as two kind of stony thing what Moses held in his hands with the Ten Commandments. There was a piece of maybe of clay or wood, um, when people, I mean, were writing, but this material was, I mean, like part of maybe a pot, something. Imagine that you have a pot of clay. I mean, it was broken, was destroyed. You have a big piece of, and that was used maybe to write. It is this tablet, this little wee board to write. Uh, it is the Greek word, which is the same word which will be used here when he said that the head of John is on a dish. It is really showing us that, like in the beginning of the life of John, there was already his destiny. That being the one who announced the Messiah, the one who will be calling for conversion, the one whose name means that God is a mercy, that He's merciful, that there will be suffering in his life. Already there in this little symbolic um, sign that his name was put on a dish, on this plate, and then how his head will ended up on a dish. So there is life in our life. There is this too. We, everybody, each one of us, have a mission. Mission, which is not easy. There is a fight, and hopefully we can have this fight with Jesus Christ. I mean, on his side, against the power of the devil. So let us really be with the Lord. Be with the Lord. He loves you. He's coming for this very reason, to save us, to protect us. But he cannot do that without our permission, without invitation. So every day to come, to enter in this relation with the Lord, knowing that he came to save us. Have a great day. God bless you.